Hey everybody, welcome to our SAAG beer tasting and just our general Wednesday night beer tasting. We're doing something a little different tonight. First of all, it's going to be a fun night. It's minus 28 and I'm indoors. And better than that, I get to drink beer from my absolute favorite brewery on earth, Establishment Brewing Co. And I get to do something a little different because I'm joined by Faris Hytiaa. Welcome, Faris.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. Thanks, Andrew Hilton. I'm Faris Hytiaa, friendly neighborhood brother, local stand-up comic. Thank you guys for having me. Let's do it.
All right. So a little bit of history on Establishment. I'll tell you a little bit about the night tonight. So we're going to be talking about stuff. We're going to be talking about some beers. Faris has some things he's going to be reviewing as well. Because the great things for me just keep rolling in. Aaron's doing dry January, and Faris doesn't drink, so this is just my beer, which is even better for me. We're going to keep rolling through here. We've got a few different things, but we are all going to start here with the Establishment Take 5, which is the Belgian Pale Ale. That's our beer number 1. And let me give you a little bit of notes on this guy right here.
Okay, I guess I should add then that I will be testing apple juices. And we'll come to a consensus on which is the best one. We're gonna start with Tim Hortons Pure Apple Juice.
Is Pure the brand name? Because I in no way believe Tim Hortons is
actually doing. It says Pure in the brand name, and you know they had to say Pure because then it says vitamin C added.
Of course it does. Yes.
Yeah. So the word pure here is very liberally applied. All right. So we're gonna go.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers.
I'm definitely enjoying mine more than you're enjoying yours. I haven't tasted yours, but it's Tim Hortons apple juice. I guarantee I'm having more fun.
I'm not sure how much of this is apples. So,
Probably a very, very small amount. Yes, beer number 1, as I said before, is the Establishment Take 5 Belgian Pale Ale. I actually did not do the apple juice shopping, Eric. Both the folks at the SAAG and Aaron went and bought juice. I actually don't know what all we have tonight, but yes, it better be spectacular apple juice. If not, for shame on all of you.
We're starting with a 4 out of 10 on the 2.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, so the Establishment Take 5, this is the second brewing for these guys. It was released very early on in their brewery history. Actually, before we started dealing with Establishment, it's just the first time we've had it down here. In terms of malt profile, it's actually very similar to the Take 5, which is their Munich Dunkel. So big kind of golden copper color, little bit cloudy with the hops. I think very pretty. They're using West Abbey yeast on this one, so I get a little bit of that banana and bubblegum thing, a little bit of pepper. And then, yeah, like the hops are there, but they're not the showcase. I mean, Establishment doesn't just do IPAs, which we are definitely going to prove tonight. We have only one thing tonight. It's even vaguely an IPA. And yeah, barley juice isn't too far off. Yeah, I really like the grain character on this. It's not just hops for days.
Does everybody smell their drinks that much before they drink them?
No, I'm just really pretentious.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Really shouldn't swirl it either because it completely ruins the carbonation, but I do it anyway.
But you do it anyway?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it suits you.
Yeah, it definitely suits me.
Doesn't he look like he goes to comic book stores to flirt with the staff?
That happened one time.
See?
Really, that of everything, that's it. That was very well done. Thank you. I hate you so much. I can already tell this is going to be the longest hour and a half ever.
It's not every day I get thanked for that, but you're so welcome, man.
The 9-year-old says he doesn't taste any bubblegum. I really can't comment about that under AGLC legislation. Why is everybody asking which beer? You don't swirl apple juice? Well, I would because I'm just fancy, but most people would not because they're sane, adult human beings. I hate. You know what? You're forgiven. Screw you, Aaron. Well, this is going to go back and forth all night. I can already tell. It's going to be a complete disaster, and I can't wait.
Oh, this is great. Loving this.
So now we've got some pre-recorded segments coming up. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we got coming up as kind of breaks between the first and second and third beers?
I had the fantastic opportunity of being shown around the Southern Alberta Art Gallery They showed me 2 of the current running exhibitions. There's Figure Like Hearse and Penumbra by 2 really, really talented artists. So yeah, we just kind of went around and I gave a bit of my own take on some of the artwork. So I think we're leading into the first one right now.
Yeah, we're going to lean into that in just a moment. Yeah.
All right.
Shall we run with that, Aaron? Are we ready to go?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do that.
Okay, sure.
Remember how we were kind of giving you the breakdown of things we're going to go and you said, I'm not listening, I didn't hear any of that?
All right, here it comes.
Welcome to the Southern Alberta Art Gallery. I'm here to show you Anne Lau's exhibition today.
Yeah, and I'm Faris Hytiaa. I'm a stand-up comic here in Lethbridge, Alberta. Just really excited to be shown around the place. All right, so are you guys like housing somebody? Or like, is this, is someone living in here?
So actually, most of these pieces are from Anne Lau's personal home. Mm-hmm. She weaves them all on her own, which I think is pretty cool. And everything here is actually made by hand for the most part, with probably just not the tires, I would probably have to say.
Just not the tires. Yeah, no, those were from what, just outside. Like those tires are dressed better than I am. Tell me about the tires. What's the?
So it's actually silk that she wove at home. So every single textile, Anne is a textile weaver, which I think is pretty fancy. So she has a very strong relationship to how things are made, especially just kind of in relation to like how things are made and how those practices aren't available anymore. Like not a lot of people really like make their own fabric.
And she could have just put these on?
Yeah.
she just decided to dress up tires. All right, cool. What is this contraption? It looks like you stole it from a magician's act. Like there's like the top half of somebody's body in here, and y'all just lost the other half. You can't open it. Yeah, see, there's a reason for that. You guys congratulations, you're all accessories.
Okay, so do you want to ask me about the chest again and I'll explain it to you? Yeah, so she actually made, Anne Lau actually, all the wood grain on this chest was made by hand. So she painted the wood grain into it, which is actually like a very like time-consuming process. But like all of the other objects in here, this will eventually be a piece in her home, hopefully to store something. Kind of like all of the objects have purpose in her life.
By the looks of this room, I feel like it already is a piece of her home.
So this one is actually called Bedpost. She made the shirt that goes on top of it. Again, with the textiles, I think that's really important.
It's a bedpost and someone hung their shirt on it. Art. It's good stuff. I love this. The homeless woman's starter kit. Look, you got rugs to sit on.
Made rugs.
Made rugs to sit on. You got like a cup to collect change. There's even a pencil in there to write signs with.
Kind of in relation to what I was talking about before, it also has to do with items that she's had in her past. So those pencils actually were on a desk from another exhibit, and then they were shaved down to say something else. They had like a little quote on them before, and now I think they say...
They say, help me. Okay, I love this. A garbage bin with a tap on it. Fun fact, in the 60s, there'd be like a water fountain about 15 feet away, and this would have a sign over it that said colored people. This
I can't.
I'm just saying.
I don't know, it's actually used to dye fabric, and then that would be like the spout that the dyed water would come out of after the fact.
Right.
So.
What about these bedazzled cinder blocks?
These ones are actually called boots. So they are a piece that came from the end of a very interesting like Austrian dresser. and they would hold that dresser. So it would be quite large, because these are actually, there'd be, I think, 6 of them, I want to say, and they would hold this like big piece.
And did she make like the macaroons on the edges too, or?
So those ones are actually wood carved finials that she made.
Yes.
Or not, those ones aren't made, sorry. They came from another furniture piece that she deconstructed. So like a lot of the pieces in here actually, I think the sink is the main one, and then like this one, and then the bedpost came from like bigger structures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're deconstructed.
Where's the rest of the structure?
I'm not sure.
So you can just say these are stolen and we can move on. All right, so here is the period piece. So this is where she did her dishes, I take it?
It's actually an art sink, and she said it's actually, if you put plumbing in it, it's fully usable, fully useful. So like I said again, kind of just like structure as object like structure, making things that can be used again in real life. And then like this cloth here on the edge is actually just like a piece from something that she made, like one of the first fabrics that she weaved, she said. So it's just kind of something that she's held on to for quite a while, and it kind of reminds me a lot actually about the one on the other side, which is called Toffee. Or taffy, sorry. And it actually, it's all of her fabric that she's accumulated over time.
I don't know, it kind of looks like something they'd use to like shut women up in like, you know, like 100 years ago. They're like, I want to vote. You're like, all right, you can have the sink. you can worry about your rights later. You know, it's kind of what they do with like pumpkin spice today. I feel like this is what that was in that time.
Pumpkin spice is misogyny.
That's all it is. Look, I'm just being honest. I'm glad the weather's nice. She forgot her umbrella.
Parasol?
Is this still art?
So this one is actually called Parasol. She did make the fabric in this parasol, and I guess she constructed it on her own as well. This one,
I think it means it's not rainy outside, so I left this in here.
This one is actually untitled. Like we said, better to have a title than not at all.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a cloth chandelier. This one is like the last piece she added to the exhibition. It kind of just has to, when I look at it, it really just makes me think of just like calmness and stillness and like the way that fabric moves. Because like I said, she makes all of her fabrics. So it's just kind of like, you know that she's thinking about like the movement and like kind of just like the color and like how it's gonna be produced in this room basically.
I don't know, it just looks like she's hiding a stolen chandelier. I don't know. This is like a drywall Hershey's chocolate bar. What's this?
So this one is actually, it's called Weaver's Tombstone. She made the candle on her own from beeswax. And the carvings on the side kind of are reminiscent of like, I see like Spanish architecture in there.
It seems like the closest thing to something you can nap on. No, actually this doesn't look comfortable at all. What's this chair?
It's a chair.
Really?
This one is called Mother Furniture. It actually just kind of takes a lot of almost like matriarchal pieces. So like we have like the Spanish finials on the end there, and like the like harsh lines of the chair that are like a little bit more masculine. So it kind of takes away from that like more like matriarchal side. And then also like you see like it's a physical chair, but also like you said, it looks a little bit uncomfortable just because it has like a lot of like different elements coming into it. So it's supposed to make you feel like a little weird inside, I think.
Just looking at it or sitting on it?
We are just looking, but Anne will take this home eventually, and it will sit at the top of her dining room table, she says.
So are there matching ones? Did she only bring
just
one?
Just this one.
Or is there just an incomplete dining set?
Yes, basically.
So basically this is, I need to make some money off this one, so I can get some materials to make another one. This is just her inching her way towards a complete dining set.
Like I said, like sculpture like object like sculpture. So it's something that she's gonna take home and use as an artist. So you have all of these beautiful things, but like, where are you gonna put them?
All right, I think, oh wait, we haven't looked at this thing, have we?
So this one is actually called Taffy. This is actually the cover for Anla's exhibit for Figure Like Hers. In relation to Figure Like Hers, kind of just like holding things inside of yourself, Emily Dickinson, which is what this exhibit is inspired by, and like the poem that the title comes from. Yeah, so this one holds specifically textiles that she's created throughout her time as a weaver, and also textiles that she's been gifted, so like things like scraps of blankets or pillows that she's gotten from family members or people that are meaningful to her.
Seems like a really long way to say it's her closet. This is a thing, she put her clothes in it, and she told you guys, oh hey, this is a piece.
The poem that this one is inspired by Emily Dickinson, her like figure, It actually, she mailed this poem, this like beautiful like piece, to her nephew, featuring a dead bumblebee inside of the envelope.
Imagine if you're sitting at home and I send you an envelope with a dead bumblebee in it. Imagine who's showing up in my house. I'm doing a hard time for that. But of course, some cutesy little white lady just gets to put a dead bumblebee in an envelope and send it to somebody, and then we all have to sit here and say that it's art.
Emily Dickinson's just out here like traumatizing children, being a dick. Yeah, so she describes it as a Hearst-like figure, and I think Taffy reminds me of that. This is like the embodiment of that, in my opinion, holding things that are meaningful for yourself and society.
The second. They've got the rest of the can of the first one.
Oh, okay. Let me.
So yeah, our next few things are going to be, we'll do this one, we'll talk about it, we'll do kind of a backstory on you,
Okay.
And then we will take a break. We will talk about what I've got coming up for upcoming tastings later this week. Are we already on camera?
And you're live.
Oh, we're live. Great. Fantastic. Thanks, Aaron.
I just spilled a bunch of apple juice on the table. All right, well. Guess which one of us is sober?
Yeah. Actually, sadly, him.
The one dry.
All right.
The one trying.
All right, so
All right,
up next, we're modeling Western Family, unsweetened.
Wow, you guys really went all out, didn't you?
This is, yeah, they really shelled out. They got store brand apple juice.
There's a solid $1.75 in apple juice they put out for
Absolutely
here.
brilliant. Love how you guys treat the talent. Anyway,
Can you tell me about the color in this cup?
this looks like I'm trying to pass a test at the sexual health facility. So, I mean,
Well, I don't know how I follow that. Well, I'm going to try.
You go ahead. You just.
I'm going to try. I've got Tainted Love on my end. So, a little bit of background on this. We all know Establishment's Jamrock. If you don't, you really haven't been paying attention. But it was supposed to be
Failed
a...
test.
Yeah, well,
I failed this.
you've already failed the test. That's
Yeah,
true.
all right,
There's
sorry.
there's going to be an exam at the end.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. So we all know Jamrock. It was supposed to be a winter season. It was supposed to be their winter sour. They were going to do the Guava Superfusion as their summer sour, and they were going to do the Jamrock as their winter sour. And then, just like happened with 88's Ring Pop and with Blind Men's New England Pale Ale, the seasonal became an absolute monster and took off. They couldn't control it. It became absolutely massive, and Jamrock is now a year-round. So this is take two on their version of a winter sour. Now, sours usually are thought of as a summer style, so how did they make this a winter sour? Well, it's their version of like a rhubarb apple crisp. So they've added rhubarb, they've added fresh ginger, they've added cinnamon. I really, really like this. And yes, I have finally been shut up. I was shut up by a really dickish jump cut by Aaron. So, who's now trying not to laugh because he's holding the camera and has to hold it steady. So why do I like this, and why is this one of my like favorite little things? Why did I buy a keg of this for the growler station coming soon? I don't know. This is exactly what I want to drink on like a cold, snowy winter night, and it's much better than store brand apple juice. I don't know. This finally like. I would be thinking, yeah, what I want to get into is just cut the cake at 10.5% alcohol. That's what you want to drink when it's minus 30. I'm perfectly happy with like a low alcohol ginger cinnamon sour. This rules. Yeah, give me more of this.
What I call a ginger cinnamon sour, an angry redhead.
Wait, I have a sound effect for that.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, it's delayed.
Let it fly.
It's delayed.
It's really delayed, but it's a good one, I promise.
Oh yeah. No, we can't do it. Okay, is that better or worse than Tim Hortons? Because we gave a Tim Hortons a really lousy time.
Yeah, no, this is worse.
Is worse?
This is definitely worse.
Well, hey, you know what?
Let's check the ingredients.
I wouldn't have expected that we would say something nice about Tim Hortons tonight, but it's better than Western Family.
It's better than Western Family. I tried to shop local. This is apple juice concentrate, vitamin C, and filtered water.
Oh, wow.
Asterisk on the filter.
Yeah. Doesn't say it was filtered through.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, no, not the best thing I've ever consumed.
I'm also kind of impressed with how many of Establishment's beers are coming from like song titles. Like we have Tainted Love, we've got Little Wing, we have Left My Wallet and El Segundo. Even Take Five's a song title. Like they've, I don't know if that's I assume it's a deliberate thing, but I don't actually know the history of why they're doing that.
I don't know, they probably just brewed those after a breakup. What else do you think it is?
That's fair, yeah.
Isn't that how most people get into beer?
I mean, I assume it's just a surplus of way too much time on their hands.
Fair.
Yeah, homebrewing sucks. Like I've done it. It's an entire Saturday. You spend in like a hot, steamy garage and just hauling around buckets of hot liquid. It sounds a lot cooler than it actually is.
It doesn't sound cool either.
That's fair, but it's still cooler than it actually is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really not a lot of fun. I know that there are people who watch who are really avid homebrewers, and good for them. I look at them the same way I look at like really avid like Ironman runners. That also sounds like hell, and I'm not doing that either.
Fair enough.
Let's talk a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your background, Faris?
Born in Toronto, second generation Canadian. My parents are Sudanese. I actually lived in Sudan for about 5-6 years, and then when I was 17, moved to Lethbridge, and haven't been able to get out since.
What brought you here in the first place?
So I just graduated high school, and then I wanted to go to post-secondary here. So
okay, what were you taking at the U of L?
U of L, international management, minor in Spanish.
Okay,
that's right. I literally only learned it to sweet talk, so not doing me a whole lot of good yet, but.
And since then, you've been performing around town on stage, doing live shows?
Yeah, I've been doing stand-up. Actually, we're about 2 weeks removed from my anniversary in stand-up comedy. It's been a wild year. I picked a great time to.
Yes, you couldn't have picked a better moment.
This is. I've only been able to perform about half of the time of the last year. But I mean, it's been good. It's been good. I've been able to I've seen more of Alberta in the last year than I had in the 7 years before it. So.
Yes, I heard you saw lovely scenic Medicine Hat. I'm so sorry.
The gorgeous Medicine Hat. The lovely, lovely people. That was actually one of the most fun places I performed.
Yeah,
I have to say.
How far north have you made it then?
How far north? Sylvan Lake is the furthest I went. Yeah.
Is there a comedy club in Sylvan Lake?
No, there's this bar. It's like super like country, like old west saloon doors. You walk in, it's like, we don't like your kind around here type type vibe. It's a really good.
How'd it go?
It actually went really well. It was a good time. They're like, all right, a black over there is pretty funny. They sat, we laughed, and I was there, I think 40 minutes. I went, did like a 10-minute set and came back.
Yeah, all right. Eric's asking, what does comedy touring look like during COVID? Is it completely non-existent, or like are you doing a bit of online stuff? Are you working on new material at home? What are you doing to keep busy?
Yeah, largely it's been working on material at home, draw faces on furniture, that kind of thing. Other than that, yeah, I mean, like, touring. Damn it, man. I haven't heard that in a while. You can't do that to me. I'm getting all emotional and nostalgic. No, I also haven't heard that in a while. Weirdly, you learn to miss that too. I've got my fair share of those as well. But yeah, what does touring look like? Honestly, man, it's really not that, like, everybody had the social distancing rules followed, all of that, and just lots and lots of driving. But I mean, that's not much different in or out of COVID. So luckily, Alberta didn't pick up in cases for a long time, so I had a lot of time to kind of go around and drive all over the province and do my thing. No, and don't shake hands, no hugging.
Is there room for COVID jokes, or is it still too soon?
Is there room for COVID jokes? I mean, I was doing a lot.
So not too soon in your view?
No, I don't think so. I was doing a lot, and their response was actually really good. It was usually when you get into like politics, that's when people get a little more tight. But when it came to COVID, people loved that stuff, man. We all experienced it. We all went through it together. So I think it was a really fun thing to do on stage and in a room and kind of gather everyone's experiences as well. So it was a fun time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk a little bit about what we got coming up this Friday and as well as next Wednesday, and then we will jump right into Float Along. And I know we're a little early, but I want to get that second pre-recorded set. For those of you who said we should take the pre-recorded sets and move them a little later, so everyone has had a little more to drink and they're funnier, we did listen. We have moved one back, so we are going to do that for you. So this Friday is our great and brave and terrifying experiment into mezcal. I had no idea if anyone was going to buy this damn thing, but some of you did, and I'm very grateful for that. Mezcal is a very new spirit to the Lethbridge market. You could think of it as tequila's much more interesting, much more artisanal cousin that hasn't had all the soul and interest and flavor stripped out of it by over-distilling and then basically everything Jose Cuervo fucking did to it. But as a result, I wanted to talk about mezcal. That was one of the spirits I really wanted to get to right away. Oh, that's our censor bar?
Missed it.
How much time did you spend on this, Aaron?
Well, as the production manager.
Okay.
Job.
Who didn't listen to, any of our planning of what we were going to do for the order. Wonderful.
Too busy.
Yeah, I'm so amazed you didn't beep that out. So, this Friday, we are going to be doing 5 spirits. We're going to be doing tequila, just to ease us in and to talk about the differences between tequila and mezcal. We're going to do 3 different single varieties mezcal. We're going to do an espadín, madriguiche, and a tabala. And then we're going to finish up with sotol, which, if mezcal's a little esoteric, sotol's downright obscure. And that is $35. We still have a few kits left on that, although I don't think we're going to be making a second round of kits on these. Unlike Scotch, where we ended up making 3 kits.
In these streams, is esoteric a word everyone understands?
I do.
Can I? I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's hipster shit, eh?
That's wine tasting language.
Oh yeah,
and
trust me, it's its own damn language. I've written descriptions for wine menus. It's complete bullshit. It's literally like pick a freaking noun and throw it. Oh, what does it taste like? I don't know, lemons and olives. That sounds horrible. Okay, lemons and pears. Fuck it, that's close enough. All right, next week. Oh, thank you, Aaron.
Riveting
God, I hate you so much. Moving right along, we are going to go into beer tasting next week. We are going to be joined by, I want to say,
What's his name? It's on a thing.
Last name is Schnarr. I can't remember his bloody first name all of a sudden. Thank you. We wrote it down. Thank you. Patrick Schnarr. There we are. Patrick Schnarr, head brewmaster of Outcast Brewing, is going to be joining us next week. These guys have been kind of unappreciated, at least down here. Darlings in Calgary, super popular up in Calgary. Just they haven't come down here because they haven't been canning. So we're going to be doing their dry lager, which isn't actually a lager. We'll get to that. The Rumpel Stout Skin, and then 2 versions of their double IPA: the standard Forgetful Brewer, and then the brand new pineapple version of that as well. So all of that is coming up. And the F-bomb counter stands at 1. Thus far on beer 2. It will go up. Okay, there are apparently lots of scholars and they are esoteric. And yeah, the Outcast lager, like they describe it, I do actually want to dip into this just briefly, speaking of getting way too nerdy. Is this a lager? Technically no. We used Escarpment's Lab Crispy Yeast Strain. Terrible name for a yeast.
What the hell does that mean?
Bloody, yeah, it does make a lick of sense.
Crispy yeast? What?
And they've even spelled like Rice Krispies.
That sounds like a bad Saturday night.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Crispy yeast last night.
Yeah. Apparently it's a Quebec blend. Make a single hop beer they hopped with Eldorado hops. Should be fascinating. I'm excited for it. But yeah, if you're going to name something, ugh.
Not crispy. I mean, if it was chicken, maybe, but crispy yeast, that's just bad marketing.
Yeah, and I guess, and they don't call it a lager. They sell Hark the Hoppy Lager Sing, which is the hipsteriest name for a beer I've ever heard.
Crispy. I definitely use crispy to describe a hangover. Like that's like a go-to for me.
Yeah.
Like a bad
Waking
girlfriend.
up feeling just crispier than hell.
I prefer the Plague. Yeah.
Plague, sure. Yeah.
I mean, for me, that's like a night at the club, I think.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah.
Is Hey, do you want, like, I don't know, that sounds like a really, like, messed up pickup line. Like, do you want some of this crispy yeast?
That's awful.
You want to get crispy. Yeah.
Guys are nerds.
This is bad.
All right, so
bleep for everything but the F-bomb. Okay.
Speaking of hangovers, we're going to jump into the float along. This is the second or third batch of float along the establishment has done.
All right.
What do you got on your side there, Faris?
Okay. We have here Minute Maid
good.
apple, 100% apple juice, also from concentrate. All right. There's a theme developing.
Yes, hipsteriest was the word I used.
Okay. Here we go.
Really want to
Maybe don't pour yourself such a big glass. I saw you suffering through that Western
Yeah,
family.
I gotta pour less. I gotta pour less. I got it. We're just gonna go with a tiny bit. I've also like made a real mess over here.
That's fine. I mean, it's a tasting bar. I've spilled literally hundreds of liters of stuff over this in the 20 years I've been here.
Yeah. And nothing less valuable than this. All right.
Oh no, we carried Minhouse products at one point, so
Yeah, you got to do that.
Gotta do the whole.
got to do that.
The swirl.
Okay.
And it's aerating because it has those really stupid aerating ridges in the glass.
Love that.
I think that's complete nonsense.
I have a pour sound effect.
Do you?
Remind me to use it for the next one. Yeah.
No,
It's pretty good.
not reminding you.
Jesus. Brutal.
You're right, Eric. I definitely do need a spit bucket.
We have one of those if you want one.
I could use one. I don't know if that fell in the budget.
That's not what I meant.
That's not what you were after?
That was
Really? The random crows. Wow,
really giving it.
you're giving 100%, Aaron. So let's talk a little bit about float along. I like how dry this is. The issue that Devin in particular always has with double IPAs and imperial beers in general, and to a certain point I do as well, is just how damn sweet they are. It's very hard to actually get a high attenuation on a beer over about 7% alcohol, just because that if you try to push the yeast that hard, you'll start getting off flavors like Band-Aid or antiseptic just because the yeast becomes stressed.
We need to retire the word yeast from public programming.
Yeah?
Or
Get it-
private too. I don't know. That just shouldn't be allowed in media anymore.
No?
I'm not really like typically for censorship, but like yeast can go.
Yeast can go?
That's all.
What about the tasting note antiseptic or Band-Aid? Like, are you getting any of that in your apple juice?
And any of that, I'm getting. It's aged, but
Shelf life on the tongue.
there's some shelf life on the Minute Maid. Yeah, it's just this doesn't age quite like wine does it? But quite bitter.
We all float down here. All right,
Tasteless
Chad.
generally.
That's reasonable.
So,
So, getting back into how dry this is, I did actually have to look at the list for this. So they use Galaxy, which I'm always hit or miss on because I can't always taste Galaxy, Citra, Mosaic, Cashmere, no idea, and Cryo Simcoe. So I'm assuming that is one of those.
they put cashmere
I know.
in beer.
Seems like really wasteful.
That's like so. It's a sweater. Is it what's like?
I mean,
what does cashmere do to a beer?
I mean, hopefully they're not filtering it because filtered IPAs are terrible. But they have so many stupid names for hops, and I feel like they don't get a hard enough time for them. Like, hop names now have gotten so absolutely ridiculous that,
Oh, so it's not actually cashmere?
No, it's just it's a type of hop.
I honestly that
There's
takes.
a vast comparison in like hop names and like the names for weed strains.
Well, they're so interrelated, yeah.
That makes sense. I wouldn't know about that either.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it yeast like moist? Is it a sound thing with yeast, or is it more the context for you?
I mean, I guess it's a bit of both, really. I mean, because moist is just the sound. Like moist, when something is moist, then like there isn't anything wrong with the context. It's just the sound of the word that bothers us. Yeast, it's got context that's problematic. It's got sound that's problematic. It just everything about the word just really
Just doesn't do it for you.
just yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I check out. Maybe that's my issue with all this.
I'm getting a lot of love for this beer. Like, people saying it's ridiculously smooth. Apparently, we need to jiggle Aaron's sound cable because it's his own music. Actually, hilariously, Aaron doesn't have a sound cable.
I don't have a sound cable.
Aaron's like being picked on basically off ambient off of Faris and I's mics, so
Yeah.
we're making it happen. Is the alcohol heat too much for float along? I don't think so. And this is something where I don't like a lot of alcohol in an IPA anymore. I used to, but I was a lot younger and stupider then. I actually find the alcohol in this is well hidden. I actually think this is really well done. I don't, as a rule, love a lot of double IPAs anymore. I say as I'm promoting our tasting next week with 2 double IPAs. I love this. This is, A, better than the first float along. I think it's also better than the other double IPAs like Social Candy. This is, oddly, one of the best things Establishment makes, and I don't think of them as like a big beer brewery. This is the first Imperial Stout they've ever released. They don't do a lot of like high alcohol stuff. That's not what I think of when I think of Establishment, and this just rules. It's very unusual. Excuse me.
Oh, you doing all right over there?
No, I'm doing fine.
Doing
They're used to it.
Fair
They're used to
enough.
how awful I am at this.
Now, I'm not saying that you have. But if someone told me that you were like not allowed within, say, 150 feet of an elementary school, again, not saying that you're not, I'm just saying I'd believe them.
It's the glasses, isn't it?
It's the glasses, the
The
yeah,
bone structure,
are new
really
glasses,
just
too.
everything.
all of it
Yeah.
is kind of just like, hey, don't come near my kids. Is that? I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys see that?
What?
No,
Yeah.
no
Wow.
comment.
No comment. Thanks. No,
Look, when you settle out of court, that's an admission of guilt.
yeah.
All right, just so you know. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, that's all I could think of.
Really, just straight to the pedophilia
Um,
accusations.
Look, man, it's not an accusation. I'm just saying, if someone told me on the low, hey, man, you know Kyle, he's
Yeah, but it's always the one you don't. Well, I shouldn't say it. I mean, there's that guy out in Colhurst who's exactly the guy you'd expect. Have you seen the pictures of that dude? Like, it's exactly who you'd expect.
look, if it came out next week,
I mean, it's not. But
guys,
let's be very clear.
look
Wow,
at what
I've
Kyle
completely
did.
lost control.
and then
of
your
this one.
picture came up on Lethbridge News. All I'm saying is I'd look at it and be like, I knew it. God.
Okay, Chad,
knew
don't
it.
bring up the fact I own several unmarked white vans. You're not helping.
Don't. I see. I didn't have to. But hey, how's the drink?
Oddly enough, good enough. It's not ruined by all of this.
That's well. I'm glad.
Got an actual serious question for a change. What's the Imperial name come from? Comes from Imperial Stouts, which were actually by appointment to the Russian Imperial Court before Lenin put an end to all of that. As a result, because they were very high alcohol, and because Imperial Stouts were one of the very few high alcohol styles to actually survive the great dumbing down of beer after the Second World War, Imperial really became shorthand for just high alcohol, bigger versions of everything. There's Imperial Wheats, Imperial IPAs, Imperial Stouts. Don't have a damn thing to do with Imperial anything. They're just high alcohol, bigger versions. And usually very sweet versions, which is why I like how dry this is.
Yeah, much like this stream. It's a good time.
It's a good time.
It's a good, yeah.
And we're inside. We don't have to be out in that shit.
True that. Talk about winter sour. It's me after you've left me out for too long.
See, now where's Aaron in his laugh track for that?
I mean, it wasn't that funny.
No.
It's okay.
And I'm not really feeling that kindly disposed to you to pretend it was at this point.
No, we're good, man.
Thank you.
Good, and the delayed
Well
laugh.
done.
There's a little
Jeremy says you have material on Kyle now for 5 more years worth of tastings.
Oh, God.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Can we just cut to the pre-recorded content or something? God.
Glad I could help.
Yep.
I'm a man of the people, all right? They don't call me your friendly neighborhood brother for nothing. All right? Oh, okay. Eric says I've had too much apple juice. and he's
It's
cutting
probably
me off.
probably not wrong. I mean, really, do you want any more?
I mean, no, I
No.
can't say I do. I can't say I want any more. We've had a rough go of it. But you know what? We got a classic, and then and then something modern.
I've got high hopes for that last one.
Yeah, me too.
It could be okay.
You're not really savoring it at all. You're kind of just getting it over with. Is
I
there
mean,
like a technique there
All
that you're
right,
employing, or
cut
just
the
like,
crap with your elitist bullshit.
How much do you
I swirled the shit out of it. It was trash. It was a trash apple juice, man. Alright.
you swirled it?
I'm a little disappointed in like all of you for not finding something at least decent. Like at least the apple juice you have to refrigerate. Like the nice stuff, the Simply Apple or something like that.
Something that isn't
Couldn't go
boxed.
down the organic aisle or something. Get at least something passable.
They're all
There's
in
one.
boxes, man.
They're
Is
all
there,
in
is there a
boxes.
sparkling apple juice in there? No, there
No.
isn't. Nope.
See, and even Craig's right there with the sparkling apple juice. For shame.
Where are we at here? You want to mention this?
No.
Yeah, I do actually. I do want to talk about this. Just in case you're not getting quite enough beer content, and because this event doesn't quite overlap with my own, you can watch it after mine. On Wednesday, February the 24th, the Lethbridge Public Library and Theoretically Brewing are doing YQL Meets Theory Brew. They're going to be talking all about the history of beer, brewing ideas. They're going to have a question and answer. They're going to be talking about brewing theory, the core concepts behind coming up with a new brewing recipe, a little bit of brewing history in Lethbridge. And all of that is a free event on Facebook. They're promoting it. You can find out information about it on Facebook. The event itself is going to be held on Zoom. Head on over to the Lethbridge Public Library's page to find out more information. And your welcome page. Thank you for running the library pub trivia because I really enjoy that.
PSA Corner. We have a new segment.
We have a new segment for
There you
PSA
go.
Corner.
Gotta
It is,
love it.
and now PSA Corner is dead. We'll never do it again. But R.I.P. PSA Corner. It is a bit of a wild ride. I am not sure if I'm having fun yet or not.
Yeah, no, yeah. What else? What shamefully absent? Yes, the sparkling apple juice.
Yeah,
Shamefully
shameful.
absent.
Shameful,
The only
yeah.
sparkle in here is the one in Kyle's eye when he walks by a school.
Oh my
Bam!
God.
Pedophilia joke. There it is. One
Wow.
more.
I mean,
One
you
more.
had so many places you could go. I mean, I'm a ghoulish
so
looking
many.
person, but really, okay,
So,
fine.
yeah,
At least you're above, physical remarks. That's fair.
there you go. right.
Aaron, can we please, for the love of God, go to the pre-recorded content?
It's heading in the ditch direction, yo. I don't know. I think I see boos coming from the comments. Oh.
Boo. Yeah. Okay. You can chill.
All right.
There you go.
So we're about to enter Svea Ferguson's exhibit. She works a lot with plastic and materials, specifically flooring, and kind of just like how you can use those to kind of create a different vision and kind of just like a different viewpoint, if that makes sense. Like all of the stuff she talks about, like shelf life and how things deteriorate, and like she likes to like showcase that in her exhibit as well, which I think is kind of cool. Just like still in tying in with Anne Lau's thing, like sustainability, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Sustainability. Let's do it. Lady Gaga's dressing room, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we looking at? Paper and a clear table.
So this one is called After All and Yet, and it's acrylic and paper. So the paper is actually a vintage paper that she said she got in the middle of a roll of vinyl flooring that she got from a neighbor when she was living in Montreal, I think. But yeah, so it's actually paper that she cut specifically to look like this air mattress, because it was going to be a clear air mattress that she created, but it ended up being a little bit more of a project. So she ended up creating like this acrylic piece to go over top of the paper. Yeah, you can take a nap on this.
You can nap on this? Can it hold a person's weight?
No.
That's not holding a person. Looks like a great thing to do cocaine over. Initial thoughts besides cocaine. This is funny because I've never done cocaine. I'm mostly confused at everything I'm
So this one is called Above, Below, Beyond, and it's supposed to be your own interpretation of where that above, below, beyond starts.
This is otherwise known as a Malibu jungle gym.
Yeah.
You're not the first person to actually describe it that way. Someone said like IKEA jungle gym as well. We've gotten a few of those. I've heard.
Oh, that makes sense. If this was IKEA, it would fold out into a bed.
Yeah, like bougie McDonald's jungle gym. I've heard that one too. That one's pretty good. I like this one because she actually placed clear vinyl underneath it, and all of the slits in it she did completely by hand. So she's sitting there with like almost like an art knife and just cutting out each piece individually, color by color. Yeah, she said it was very labor intensive, but really fun for her to do.
How well does it hold up if I climb on it?
I don't know. I think it's more for like toddler size, like we said, like play place.
Right.
I think you've reached the age limit though.
Rude.
And then we got some more vinyl here as well. And then this kind of like cascading feel gives me like almost like a water feeling as well. Because like I said, it's kind of just like your relation to like your relation to like material and how it kind of just like exists in spaces.
It's like she had a bunch of extra plastic that she didn't know what to do with. And then it's just, I don't know what to do with it. And it's like, yeah, it's water, totally. Water.
Yeah, it's giving you water vibes. Same with like the like cutouts on the side here for like this like thicker blue vinyl as well.
Is this left over from something else? This looks like leftover flooring that someone just kind of forgot to.
Oh my god, so that's what it is.
I'm an aficionado, what can I say?
Degree like while we've been doing this?
This is great, yeah, I'm totally artistic.
We're an A24 family here.
See, I don't even know what A24 means.
So you're not a real art person then?
No, I came about welfare. What do you want me to say?
So this one is called To Be Sure, In the Meantime. And it's created out of old floor vinyl. From actually, I think she said from a hospital, which I think is pretty cool.
Okay.
Like I said, repurposing, it was extra left over from a renovation that they did, and she actually said she works at the hospital in Calgary, and it's the exact same color as the one that she walks on every single day.
It's great, yeah, you can almost see the death line. It's looks.
Actually created by a machine, just like capitalism.
A win's a win, all right?
So it's created by a machine, and it's like, as you can see, it's like imperfect. It's not like a real circle. It's not a full circle. There's like jagged edges on the sides. This was supposed to be like punctured through. Obviously, did not happen. But she kind of wanted to show it just in like the feelings that, like I said, like something like a machine made like capitalism is like not necessarily like a needed thing. It like doesn't always do what we need it to do, and it's also imperfect the same way that humans are.
Yeah, I mean, again, you see what artists get away with? Like, you can just go up to people and be like, hey, can I take all of this, whatever it is, so I can bend it up on a wall in another city and make money off it?
So this one is one of my favorite ones. It's called Here, There, Wherever. And like the other one,
I think Miley Cyrus is wearing one of these at a concert, I feel.
I have seen her wear that one specifically, I think.
No, maybe.
So this one is, like I said, your own interpretation as to like where it starts. This one is created by different pieces of vinyl as well, and they're all hand cut and woven. This net here was cut out specifically from a piece of vinyl flooring.
Vinyl flooring, there's a theme here.
Yeah, she loves flooring.
The construction community must hate her.
This one is also, this one's not vinyl flooring, but this one's actually gymnastics.
He's coming to taking my flooring. Delaying projects 3 months. You know why the hospital took so long to finish? There's a white lady that wanted to display all of our materials.
More vinyl, this one's clear. And then this one is cut specifically by like another art knife, and she did all of the frays by hand. When the light shines on this one, it's really cool. It kind of looks like, what are the dangly things on porches?
There's a lot of things I can dangle off a porch. I don't.
This one is actually just like a larger version of this net over here. So if you spread it out, it'll look like exactly the same. Again, created by like specific pieces of vinyl flooring. Yeah, so again, more vinyl. This one is actually welded. I think, yeah, Svea does her own welding. She said she recently got into that. This one is actually created by gymnastics flooring. So underneath is this really beautiful purple color. All
right, yeah, I don't know, anything else about this room that we should know?
Every time of day, the exhibit looks different because of the sunlight. So right now, it's about 2 p.m., I want to say. I don't have a watch on me, but we're kind of sitting in like afternoon era. The light's going to be hitting closer to the walls. Like as we've been in this exhibit, this light has moved from this acrylic table over to the wall. Like we're just like seeing like things move and like exist in this space differently every single day. It's really cool.
Looks different every time of day.
Yeah.
Right, much like us. Oh, I had a piece that I wanted to put up. It's in my jacket. Okay, I got this and this. Is there a wall? If you guys got duct tape, it works better. This is some me stuff.
Like if you knew.
Give me a wall to duct tape this to. I have a piece right here that says about as much as anything else I've seen today. All right.
Do you want me to help you?
No, this is my piece.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so don't stunt creativity. And art. All right, that'll be $130,000, please.
Yeah, I need you to describe your piece though.
I spent a lot of time thinking about like different ways to portray this idea. But at the end of the day, I think it was about being more direct, more literal. So this represents exactly what it looks like. It's just a banana. That's it. You hungry? Thank you.
My name is Dominique Charles. I am the public engagement intern here at the Southern Alberta Art Gallery. Thank you so much for coming and joining us on our tour today with Faris. We have lots of online programming available to you if you guys want to check it out on our website, as well as online tours, virtual tours of the exhibits we just looked at. For now, enjoy your craft beer.
All right, and thank you to the SAAG, thank you Dominique, thank you everybody for showing me around. I love the exhibit, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Faris Hytiaa. Thanks a lot.
Nice.
Media Boutique.
And you're on.
Well, Faris hides under the counter trying to desperately adjust his microphone. I'm going to talk about the next beer we have up, and this is something that I wanted to comment on. The beer we advertised as being part of the tasting site was the Cut the Cake Imperial Stout with Cocoa Nibs. Two things happened. One, this tasting more than sold out. We always budget for selling about 24 kits. We have 32 people watching right now, so we obviously sold more than 24 kits. Two, this Cut the Cake, we put it on the shelf on a Wednesday morning, and by Friday at noon, the 3 flats that we had that weren't part of the beer tasting kit were just gone. So some of you at home, thank you, Aaron. Some of you at home have the Fat Sherpa Robust Porter. Some of you at home have the Intended Cut the Cake. Either way, both of you have a really nice, like, chocolatey, rich, dark beer. Just some of you have one that's 10.5% alcohol, and some of you don't. Not that there's anything wrong with either one. Fat Sherpa is a beer that is mostly available through the winter for Establishment. I think it's too dry to call it an American style porter. It's more an English, or sorry, it's too dry to call it an English style porter. It's more an American style. A little bit sweeter, rich, soft. Lots going on, lots of chocolate, lots of coffee. Pretty right down the middle porter, but you know, as much as it's not trying to light the world on fire by saying, hey, we added expensive chocolate or chili peppers or, you know, completely ruining beer for everyone like all the things. It does a really classic porter in an exceptional way. That just sounds like someone taking a whiz, Aaron. Yeah.
Do you have to beef out?
No, I don't actually. Thank you, Aaron.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Actually, you don't know the history. We've occasionally had to take like camera breaks because my bladder was just like not having doing another 10 minutes. So it's happened.
There's an incontinent vibe about you. I see that.
Yeah. You know, I didn't even see how hard I walked into that one. You know what? I can't even be mad. brilliantly picked up.
No, just doing what I do.
You're just doing what you. That's fair.
Just doing what I do.
And you've completely ruined what I do because I have no idea what the hell I was going to say next about this
It's
beer.
okay. Nobody cared.
Why are you talking about your apple juice?
Looks and tastes as terrible as the last one. So what we're dealing with here.
Are they all bad?
They're all terrible, Meg. Yes. We have Sunripe, also known as the child tax favorite. Unsweetened pure apple juice, vitamin C added. What a surprise! What fucking apple doesn't have vitamin C in it? There's not real apple in any of this juice you got me. Yeah, apple juice. The ingredients literally say apple juice made from fresh apples. Like, if that isn't the biggest lie. It's like Kyle going to a school and saying, yeah, I'm a teacher.
Okay, that is not a thing that's ever happened.
No, you go in and they're like, are you a teacher? Like, yes, I'm a teacher with books and stuff.
That's, this is my education platform right here. And it is openly 18 plus. Why am I defending myself against you?
Because you must.
Because apparently I must.
The
Here
people
we
have
are.
questions.
And this is how the beer tastings died.
The people have questions.
This is how we sang the vote.
That's basically, I came here to try and get you Me Too'd.
Sorry. I'm just really good.
A double agent.
Yeah. Okay. No, screw it. You can talk. I'm gonna have my beer. You go nuts.
No, it's over, man. I'm done. I've really had it with a lot of what's been going on here.
Says the instigator of everything that's gone on
The instigator, did I instigate this?
No, you did
Piss
not.
in a box?
No, I think we're on the
didn't.
same side of the counter and same side of the team here and shaming Megan and Aaron for their
true.
apple juice choices.
I brought none of this.
True.
I did bring the Tim Hortons.
You did.
That's still.
That's actually the best one yet.
Uh-oh.
And when Tim Hortons is at the top of any list, okay, that's when you know you messed up.
There's one left still.
There's still one left.
You know you messed up. That's all I'm saying. I'm putting this down now. Okay, they don't deserve any other press. But if you're down on your luck, you'll find it at No Frills.
Proudly served at a gas station near you.
Proudly, I don't know. Served at a gas station.
Served at a gas station near you. Shamefully. The sort of gas station you kind of feel weird about going into.
True.
Yeah.
A little dingy. Kyle's
just-
working the counter.
You're just there to like check your lotto ticket and get out before anyone like recognizes you. Yeah.
That's the energy. How many? Oh, let me see that. How many SAAG memberships do we have to buy to get Faris's mic cut?
Wow. Okay, Kevin.
Rude.
Just coming in out of nowhere. All right, Kevin.
Oh my goodness. How many? I don't know. 3. What's the number?
Expensive.
Each about $60, so.
Well, they got to pay back that apple juice budget. So 1/16 of a SAG membership.
Yeah, I spent a total of $10 on apple juice.
Oh,
I'm amazed that cost you that much.
Right?
and here we have a live representation of how much I'm valued here.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're sitting at about what, 10 bucks? 15?
Yeah.
So that's all it takes, Kevin. I think all you have to do is ask about one membership, and that's probably enough to get me cut. Yeah, I don't know. How's your?
Almost done, so I can start talking about the next one. But thank you for filling some time.
I'm doing what I can, man.
There you go.
I'm doing what I can.
Still on the same team.
Yeah, I think so. I hope.
A bit.
Yeah. It's tough out here, man.
If anybody's actually worried that I'm horribly insulted, I actually thanked Faris for how hard he gave it to me between seats. So it's all fine.
It's all love, man.
Yeah, I've literally worked customer service behind a retail counter for going on 21 years. I don't think he could say anything. This is not an invitation. I don't think he could say anything that would horribly offend me. Probably.
Probably.
Also not an invitation. Okay, cut the cake before he has the opportunity to say anything. Let's get into this. This sounds like it's going to be a pastry stout. You all know my feelings on pastry stout, so let's just say thank fuck it's not a pastry stout. Because they have that bad habit of tasting really strongly like maraschino cherries in all the worst ways. This is a dry imperial stout in collaboration with the Duchess Bakery. This was actually a beer that I got to be at Establishment during the planning phases, where they had the Duke cake like sitting on the bar and a variety of different like sweeter stouts, and they were tasting stouts and tasting the cake and trying to figure out how they were going to represent the cake in a beer. And I actually got to hang out with those guys for about an hour and like talk cake and beer, and I had to leave because I had to drive 40 flats of beer back to Lethbridge, so I couldn't stick around. But they put a lot of time and effort into this. So it's a imperial stout with cocoa nibs. It's broadly just a big chunky chocolate stout, and it's mercifully dry, and it's not super sweet, and it doesn't taste like fucking cherries. It's a big, rich, powerful stout of what I think kind of the old school imperial stouts were like before Hunapoos and Dark Lord and Black Tuesday and all the others that kind of came out kind of 2007-ish on, and just I think ruined imperial stout because they were so sweet. I really, really like what this style is. I like how powerful it is, I like how rich it is, and it's still dry. It's still giving me a lot of complexity. And if it's not sweet enough, I have an alternative. Because I've been wanting to do, and I've been talking about this for a while,
Oh, that looks delicious.
the stout float.
Is that snow?
No, it's not snow.
Oh.
I mean, it is a Klondike bar that I peeled the cookie bits off of, because that was the only vanilla ice cream I could get at the gas station. But it is, a Klondike bar died for this.
Just a little sociopathic. Just
But-
saying.
Beer stouts are absolutely
cookies off the
fantastic,
Klondike
and that's exactly how I want to enjoy this, is with a big generous scoop of vanilla ice cream in
The
it.
cookies off.
Not good vanilla
just-
ice cream, but
You got mint.
at least they didn't put the cake in the beer, exactly as they put ice cream in the beer. Yes. And the label is fab. I like that it's very, again, minimalist and very, very delicate.
Faris, you want to run some ice cream in that apple juice?
Yes.
Apple cobbler?
I mean,
Yeah, you might as well.
All right. I guess first we should present
Yeah.
our last one. This is Kiju Organic Apple Juice from concentrate with vitamin C.
All right.
so it was just like the other ones, but 3 times more expensive because it said organic.
Exactly. So once again, memberships at the SAAG are $60.
I'm upset by how you're pouring that.
I really royally fucked this up. That's the second F-bomb. Whoops.
You're second. I think we're like on 5.
I think I'm on 1. That was
well,
my first one. I hadn't
but
sworn.
the night is young. Well, it's not. We're on the last beer.
night
The
is
night
young.
is young enough.
However, nice color. I do have to say, a rich gold. All right.
I also think most of this Klondike bar is made of oil. And it's absolutely disgusting in the glass.
The last
now.
one looked like it was made from the tears of welfare recipients. This looks a little bit more plausible. It's actually tasteless, which is actually a step up. So things are looking good over here.
Ice cream.
Oh, ice cream. All right. I
mean,
we're doing it.
If you want,
And apple juice.
ignore that horrible
float.
mess.
All right.
The idea of a beer float is solid. Using a Klondike bar that I bought at a gas station and peeled the cookie off of probably
this
was
is a
a
COVID
less than
risk,
ideal
man, if I-
idea. That was the weak link in the
know.
chain.
I'm just gonna, just pretend I didn't do that. What do I do now?
I don't know. You just do
I drink
vanilla
it?
ice cream in a glass of apple juice and called me a pedophile. What you want my advice?
Yeah, probably not on your good side right now.
More so than Aaron, oddly.
I don't know. Anyone ever tell you you loosely resemble Rick Moranis?
I think that's the nicest thing you've said about me all night. And it
little
wasn't
bit.
desperately nice.
Yeah, like Except when you got punched in New York, the only thing that fell back was your hairline.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
Hey,
fine.
that's
fine.
Hey, come on, high fives, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, all around. It's all good, honey. I shrunk the talent. Some good times.
You're just saying that because you're taller and thinner and younger and have most of your hair.
Most, yeah.
Yeah.
No, honestly, you're doing pretty good. It's good. You've got like a complete version of the Homer Simpson comb over.
It's not just a bunch of wavy lines on the side, but
no,
otherwise, yeah.
a 2021
pretty
who wore
complete.
it better. You're
Yeah.
doing good.
Wonderful.
You're doing good.
How's piss float?
Yeah, I'd be more offended if you didn't have to drink that.
Allow me to say, it's delightful.
That's a lie.
Relatively speaking,
Okay, that's fair.
it's delightful. That's all I'm gonna say. Beggars can't be choosers. The ice cream's good.
Yeah, the ice cream's actually surprisingly good for like gas station Klondike bar.
Yeah, that was big time. It's the best thing I've had actually.
Yeah, that was $3.59 well spent right there.
I would say so. I'd say so.
Aaron is probably enjoying that he isn't the one being roasted all evening.
Yay!
He's gotten away with it a bit.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about hairlines, I mean,
Yeah, well, yeah. Sad.
His toque is on the top of his head, and you still can't see where his hair starts. You can't.
well, no, he has most of like a full beard. You can see where his hair stops more specifically.
Yeah. It's a look. He's working it.
It's a look.
It's a look.
That's all I got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like among, say, like video editors, that's a man's man. All right. That's a man's man.
Yeah.
And no one is saying that
Also
your
a
look
sound
apparently
guy.
shouldn't be
Okay.
trusted around elementary schools. So, you're a step ahead.
He's doing great. Like if you ask other video sound guys,
Yeah.
they look at him and they're like, "That's a man's man.
Yeah, I'm the lotion boss.
He cuts down trees." All right,
He's the reason Mr. Clean sells as well as it does.
100%. All right, these people, they want a man.
That's right.
Makes things with his hands.
That's right.
All right, so people getting to the rankings portion.
Rankings.
Well, we're not ranking us because Aaron is last.
Whatever.
But no. Now again, I'm cheating because I have 5 beers, but for me, I'm actually okay. Yes, it's.
Honey, I touched the kids.
I know. I wasn't gonna
That's
say
a
that
good
one
one.
out loud.
That's a good one. Yo.
Well, now that's out there again. But yeah, no, I'm actually gonna even float along, and I normally don't like high alcohol beers, but yeah, float along's my 1. Tainted Love's my 2. Way to camera, Aaron. I will remind you all that Aaron is doing dry February, so you can't blame this on shit. It's just Aaron. So no. Let's cover that again. So we need Float Along, Tainted Love, Cut the Cake, Fat Sherpa right behind. I actually have a tricky time picking between these two because I really like Fat Sherpa, always have. And then Take 5. I love what they did with it. It's a really subtle style. I think they did a good job. Just, I liked the other ones more.
Faris rankings.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh.
We're gonna go.
Ferris, before you choose,
yes.
I'd be completely fine if your rankings was just you throwing those at Megan and Aaron for choosing this, because I'll mop up. Like, I'm here for another hour anyway.
I mean,
Probably got a good arm.
I mean, this is
Those are half full still.
this is all I'm
They're
saying
more
is
than half full. Half full is generous.
I'm not gonna say I'm not tempted. All right, but there's people watching, so
There are.
I'm not trying to catch a case. So last place, Western Family.
Congratulations, you lost to Tim Hortons.
Absolutely horrific. Yeah. Minute Maid is second last. Actually, no. Sunripe was second last. This was This tasted like the poor people it feeds. And then Minute Maid. Do we line these up?
Why not?
Okay.
What
Minute
was your
Maid.
delineating factor between Sunripe and Minute Maid? Did one just taste slightly more of despair?
This one was terrible. This one made me puke just a little bit. So there was no puke though with this one.
Okay, well that's a definite step up.
It is now, mind you. I mean, on another day, you never know.
You never can tell.
But I mean, that's the luck of the draw. That's
Batch
just
to batch.
that's just the one I decided. My body decided to reject.
As Devin would say, maybe it's a Minute Maid day in the moon cycle.
And then we'll go.
It's a bit of a long-running
Devin
joke.
says that?
Devin's really all about like the moon impacts how his wine tastes.
Minute Maids and retrograde.
We're not going to touch on that tonight. We will make fun of Devin when he's a guest again.
And then we'll go Tim Hortons. Believe it or not, second place
Wow.
with their pure apple juice, vitamin C added, not from concentrate. I guess it
Lies.
shows. And last, certainly not least, guys, the organic shit is real.
Yeah.
This stuff was only bad, which compared to the rest, I mean that's big time. So, yeah, that's our one. It's Kiju Organic.
John, if it's any consolation, it was organized confusion for us too, but that's what made it fun.
Is there an apple juice that you do like in the world?
That I do like in the world, I can't think of a brand. The thing is, I came up on Sunripe, but I've developed an acquired taste. I'm not what I once was, But I don't know what my favorite would be. I can't think of a brand because this is all I knew.
Do you even like apple juice?
Yeah, I actually do.
Yeah?
Maybe not anymore.
Well, if we've done nothing else, we've ruined apple juice for Faris. Job well done, everyone.
Exactly. So I mean, when we talk about, when you get all upset later, just remember, sure, you lost your reputation and everything, but I lost apple juice. So, yeah, Kyle's allowed around schools, guys.
Yeah, probably.
I think.
You're just not sure how far down this rabbit hole you want to go, are you?
Until it wasn't.
I mean, I don't know how much time we've got.
We still have 28 viewers. We still have at least about 3 more minutes before everyone just gives up on us. So.
Oh man, wait. Oh wait. Well, okay. Let's see if we got some more. Minute Maid in retrograde is the line of the night.
Okay, that is actually pretty good. Yeah.
I got you. Has all the apple juice helped me concentrate?
Boo. That was not good.
I got a sound effect for that.
No, that is the opposite of the line of the night.
That's you know what though, I appreciate the wellness check, which is more than I can say for a lot of the people here, given that they put me through this.
Yes, we did. We deserve everything we got. Mostly.
So yeah, but has it helped me concentrate? I mean, when all those people raided the Capitol, and then we all were unified in okay, these people are crazy. I guess that is maybe what you could say about how I feel about I do feel I'm able to concentrate more, but only because of how much I've now been able to universally hate everything I've drank tonight.
So you're saying Tim Hortons is the domestic terrorism of apple juice?
This actually not quite. This is domestic terrorism. I'm not gonna go that far. Maybe racist vandalism.
Okay.
I would Sunripe. No, the Western family is domestic terrorism for sure.
Okay.
That
Subway bomber of apple juice.
that is that's like the Boston Marathon. Is the Western family.
Well, this went to a weird place really
Minute
quickly.
Maid. Should I compare all
I
of
think
these?
that's entirely my fault, by the way.
Should I compare all of these juices to disasters? Really?
No,
messed
by
up
all
ones?
means.
By all means, let's go. Okay, so Western family is 9/11. Minute Maid that's the Boston Marathon, and the green matches the theme.
Is that an
Sunripe.
Irish joke?
Sunripe, I'm gonna say is the Vegas shooting. Remember that one?
Yeah.
There's Sunripe. Sunripe's got a lot of that. Well, I don't know, but everybody. I mean, a lot of those people have money though. No, Sunripe would be more. I mean, just as a good old-fashioned police shooting, you know. Sunripe is a black man at the wrong place in the wrong time. Kiju Organic. Or actually, no, I guess it's the Tim
We still have
Hortons.
to talk about
next.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah, the Tim Hortons is, well, I already said what this one was.
Yeah.
This is like someone wrote the N-word on like a mosque or something. And then Kiju Organic, I don't know, like a break and enter?
Parking ticket?
No,
No,
it's
it's
not.
worse than that.
No,
I didn't
like-
taste it, so I don't know exactly how bad it is.
No, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, no, just a parking ticket? I'll take it. But this is definitely more like
You
Kiju Organic.
didn't deserve it.
It definitely didn't. It's like a school bully.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
There we go,
more,
yeah.
It's
So we
more
have
of
we have a school bullying versus 9/11. I think I'll buy the Kiju or Kaiju.
I think so.
Actually, I want to produce a Kaiju because that reminds me of Godzilla, and that sounds moderately cooler than, you know, Safeway brand organic apple juice.
Is that one of your Cacao pickup lines? Is that? Is that here?
Yes. My Cacao pickup lines are hot takes about Godzilla and apple juice, as everyone's are, of course.
And why do I struggle to take that as a joke, Kyle? Why?
Maybe because you're not that funny.
Maybe. Or that just sounds really real for you, man. Sounds like you would. That's all I got.
So yeah.
That's all I got, man.
All right, we did it.
Oh, are we
we got
done?
through
That was
this.
the last one?
Yeah, I think we're at the end.
Yeah, we did
Oh,
it.
man.
Ferris, do you want final comments?
Final comments, man. Thank y'all so much for having me. Being able to crack jokes in public for the first time in months. This is great.
You got some things off your chest?
Some things to let off my chest. I actually like Kyle. He's good people. All right. So, roast him. Please continue to.
Yes, by all means. I actually rather enjoy it.
You've got the means. All right. I gave you the tools. Now it's on you guys to build. But other than that, follow me on Instagram at Hytiaa, Fytiaa. You can catch me when it's legal again at Good Times Comedy Club. And, thanks again for having me. It's been a lot of fun. And, hope to see you guys again soon.
Cool. And I'm Kyle with Andrew Hilton, noted not child molester. I would like to close on this this image of the gross snail trail of slime on Ferris's glass of his horrifying apple juice and desecrated Klondike bar float that we made him for reasons. And also this nightmare that we're currently working on. Nothing tonight made a lot of sense, but as a result, it was a lot of fun. I hope you all had a good time. I certainly did. And if I did, anyone should have, because none of you are being called child molesters. So, it's been a night. Let's never do this again. And for Andrew Hilton, I'm Kyle. Good night.
All right.